I don't know. I mean, we got to ask some of these beer geeks, to be honest with you. That I just wing it, man. You know what I mean? Sprinkle them in, see what happens. You know, drink a six-pack. It usually is better after a six.
If you don't get where you need to go, you just label it something different and you just put it on the shelf.
What I do as a professional brewer is I brew a batch of beer, and if it doesn't turn out exactly what I wanted it to be, then I just call it something else. And that's really the trend here in the craft brewing industry.
And that's why there's all these specialty brews that are coming out, right?
Yeah.
Because people are just winging it.
Watch your step there, Sage. I don't know what he's got up his sleeve, but let's come over here. All right. Yeah, this is good. All right. All right, you tell me when we're rolling.
Oh, we're rolling.
Okay. Now, so far so good. I mean, we have a lot of home brewers here that are trying different things. This is my dad, Bob Wright. He is also a SNOBs member, and he wants to tell us a little bit about what he brought to brew his beer.
All right, this is really special. Most homes have it, so if anybody wants to brew this way, well, you certainly could do it in your home. And if you can't, and if you don't have your home, then you could just go to the local laundromat, and you could brew right at the local laundromat. So here we have the typical washer here, where we would put our mash, and we would mash in. We kind of use it as a mash in a lauter tun. So we'll transfer back and forth from our dryer to our washer. Now, what's really neat is if we want to do a dry beer, then we simply use our dryer, and we dry the beer out right here in our dryer. So we'll connect our hoses, put our beer in there, and just make it as dry as we want to dry it. So that's pretty much that's pretty much my brewing equipment that you can you have in your house, or like I say, just go to the local laundromat, brew yourself a beer, make it as dry as you want, and have a ball.
Now, could you open up the lid on the washer? Now, I take it that we had the hops here, where the bleach would go?
We put the hops in here, and we put the grain. You'll see that it instead of a false bottom like you normally have a false bottom, what we have here is a false side. So that means that the grain won't go through here. So we can sparge in here, and we can take our grain right out of the washer. All the grain will stay in. If we want to agitate it, then we just agitate it as much as we want. And this is just a wonderful vertical false bottom in our washer here.
Well, you know, I'm looking at where you would generally put the fabric softener, and I think that would be a great spot to put lactic acid if you actually wanted to lower the pH of the mash. I think that would be a nice thing as well. The washer and dryer are a great asset. Not only do you wash clothes, but you can make some great beer with it as well. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Dinas, you want to say anything?
Thank you for the good opportunity, for us to brew at your brewery. Thank you much. That was the first time, and I probably not the last one.
This won't be the last brew?
Won't be now. No, I will brew now more and more.
Even after falling in the hole over there?
I like beer so much.
Can you tell us about the story you told me the other night at the Lithuanian Club about when you were 5 years old and you were drinking beer?
Oh, no. Not a 5-year-old. I was about in 4th or 5th grade, and in Lithuania during the Soviet era, people helping each other to harvest, to take the harvest out, and actually, when they helping each other, everybody in a village making own beer, and then inviting people to celebrate the harvest, like a source of thank you. And those village people, they just see me running around, and it's like, hey, city kid, come on, try some beer, and I just and that beer is have some kind of strange thing, when you drink it, you don't lose the brains, you lose your legs. You can't stand, you know. And like they give me like a small, I don't know, maybe 3 ounces or 4 ounces of that beer, and they're like, okay, enough for you. You can go around. I try to stand up from the bench. I can't. And everybody's laughing at me. It's like, look at this.
Now, you told me a story at the dinner a couple nights ago about putting a raw egg in a beer, and you said that did something for a man. Can you elaborate on that?
It depends where you show this video.
It's going to be on ABC News.
I don't
tell us?
I want to put myself in trouble.
You were pretty descriptive. Can you reenact it?
Yeah, actually in Lithuania, you know, it comes from Soviet Union, probably from Russia, you know. The mannish man, you know, they put in the morning when they have a hangover. Usually they have a bottle of beer. But women said, you know, men after drinking they're so weak for some particular reason, and they smash the egg inside of the beer, and they drink it.
And what happens?
And can I say on the camera?
Sure.
The man become a real man, you know, real man. You know, that's the story, you know, you believe it or not, you know. Like I translate from Lithuanian because, you know, my English is my third language, so it's very hard to say it right. The people in the country, you know.
Right.
They living in a country, you know, they grow up, you know, they grow actually barley, and they do that process from the beginning. It's easy here, you know, you just grab a bag from the store and start your beer, you know, and the people there, I saw, they just put barley in a water and keep it for, I don't know, a week or so, when some green stuff comes from the barley, and you know, all the process, you know, it's very interesting. But I was so young at the time, so I just running around, and I don't get a lot of practice. So I just know that beer is very good and very strong.
It is good. Now, I want you to quiz me on 2 of the edibles in Lithuania, because I was at the dinner the other day. I want you to ask me what their main food source is as far as vegetable, and ask me what their main food source is as far as fish.
Yeah.
Ask me.
Okay, so what do you think? What's the main vegetable dish in Lithuania?
Potato.
You're right. And about the fish? Oh, okay.
Herring. Herring. And then, of course, their native. I guess you would call it their aperitif would be beer with a raw egg. That would be their.
No, but
that's it.
Usually, you know, we call it like, what's for dinner? Beer is for dinner, you know, like you know, usually when I came here in America, you know, you go to the restaurant, they give you a glass of water. We're not adjust to that, you know. Say, no, give me a beer. Beer is the water. Actually, it is. So, you know, instead of water, I always choose a beer.
Thank you very much, Danius. Thank you very much. I'm glad you've been a part of this club. And I will be back to the Lithuanian club, eating my potato pancakes and drinking my Lithuanian beer, because it rocks.
You're always welcome. You become a member.
I have. I've got a membership card. Well, here we go again. I mean, every time I turn around, we have just unbelievable conversations with these fine folks, the snobs. And it looks like things are starting to wind down here. There were a couple fights that broke out earlier. We didn't get those on tape. Maybe we'll have a bonus reel that we can upload at a later date. There were a couple other people that were passed out in the bathrooms. We took care of that. There were some other minor problems. See, I mean, you know, you can tell that obviously the beer is starting to affect people in a manner that normally does. Paul's still sober. Paul, how are you doing?
Still sober, thank you.
All right. And we'll
Have fun with this oat wheat beer. It's a good one.
And I think we'll check back in a couple minutes. But for now, I think everything has just been perfect here at AHA 2008, May 10th. AHA Big Brew in honor of Michael Jackson.